Hello everyone. I've decided to make some additional videos this semester to check in, to summarize, to use various points that you're bringing forth to elaborate on. Uh, Boy, oh boy, we have a big class this semester, 21 people right now. This can be both extremely rich for all of us, and it can also sometimes be frustrating to try and follow so many people's discussion posts and responses to them. So don't frustrate yourself with the amount of time you have to devote to taking in 21 people's ideas. I mean, it's all there for you and you can use all of it. But if you find at times or all of the time that you don't have the energy or time to digest all of the responses to all of the discussion posts, already we can see in the introductions how rich we all are and our interactions with each other. This is always the case at AU. But when we have a large class like this, it becomes amplified, of course, greatly. So I just wanted to mention that right off the bat. Um, a few other things that I want to share with you. Some are triggered by things from people's inventories that they shared with me. And let me just bring up my notes here. One that I wrote about is dreams show us the path and align us with the universe. While asleep, we recharge, rejuvenate, and renew our energy as well as heal our bodies. And we'll be talking about that whole idea a bit more in our first Zoom meeting next Wednesday. That's something I like to talk about in that first Zoom gathering. And the Zoom gatherings, I'd love to have you there if you can, but there will be a link to them as well, so that you can tune in and watch those Zoom gatherings if you want to afterwards. And then Josepha also said, this was in her introductory statements, dreams are a dimension of our existence. And you will hear me likely talking a lot about various dimensions of consciousness this semester. It's something that I have a lot of fascination for myself. And you'll also find me probably talking quite a bit about our multidimensional nature during this course. And I'm sure that our multidimensional nature will also be being revealed to many of us, or most of us, or all of us during this course. One little example I want to give of this, and I'll be doing things like this because they can trigger ahas within you and more of a sense of your own multidimensionality. But in someone's inventory that they sent me, the animal that she chose was a whale, okay? Who are very psychic, telepathic, and wise, she said. I would like to have that experience of oneness with a highly emotionally, spiritually developed group. I thought that was very beautiful realization on her part. I think all of us would like to have that experience of oneness in community with highly emotionally and spiritually developed cohorts. And this we always find in AU, don't we? We get to be with people who speak our same language. And this is such a beautiful thing. We all are so grateful for it. For myself, I got to start really experiencing that when I moved to Sedona 20 years ago, and everyone was speaking my language, and it was such a relief. And also, I have learned so much over the years and been able to share so much here. So something I wanted to share that this whales triggered for me was when I first did come to Sedona, I had a session, a reading with a woman who is here from Australia. This was all new to me at that time, things like this, which are now very, very commonplace for me, and I do it myself. But at that time, in that reading, she said that part of me, part of my consciousness, we might call it the oversoul, is just one way of looking at it. There's so much language, many different forms of language to start to discuss the multidimensionality of ourselves, of the universe, of the cosmos, and so on. But I just want to share this as perhaps a trigger. So during this reading, she said that part of me is a dolphin right now living in Hawaii. And she also said that another part of me is a galactic fairy. And I don't remember much of the other things that she said. Those two things have stuck with me because they hit me really hard then. First of all, it made me realize that that which I am, my soul signature, is present in many more places than I think. Now, obviously, in 20 years' time, that whole idea has expanded enormously, and you'll likely be hearing about these kinds of things from me as we go forward in this semester. But I'm like, what is a galactic fairy? And as I thought about it and asked friends about it, we realized, it's like fairies as we think of them. Wherever there might be pain or distress in the galaxies, in our galaxy, in all the worlds, then I would go there and, do my fairy wand and bring little droplets of joy to that being, to that planet, to whatever. So this is just one small example of our multidimensionality. We are much, much, much larger than we have been led to believe that we are. And I think all of us know this in our heart, but it's something that can get triggered and unfolded more and more as we go along, especially now. I think, as we're all probably aware, the light energies, the love energies that are coming to and through this planet are enormous. And people are waking up, continually ascending in consciousness, vibration, and frequency, expanding our awareness of our consciousness more and more and more with each passing month, with each passing day. It is an enormously hot and exciting time on the planet when humanity is expanding so much in so many ways. One of the other things I wanted to point out